Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to number 4, and it says 5 pounds of birdseed is used to fill 4 identical bird feeders. Okay, let's go ahead and mark our keywords. We have 5 pounds, and we have used, and we have 4 identical feeders. Identical means they are all the same. They are all equal to one another. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this out. Okay, we have 5 and we have 4. All right. Whenever we see, oops, sorry guys. Whenever we see the word identical, that's going to be a key word for divide or division. Okay, guys? And so going based off what we've been learning throughout this whole week, how would I write this in fraction form? Okay? What number would go up top? The first one. All right? And what number would go on the bottom? What would be the denominator? The second number. Okay? Now this information is going to come in handy to solve this. Okay? So it's important to listen and pay attention to the key words. All right? Now, B is asking us how many pounds of birdseed are used to fill each feeder. Draw a tape diagram to show your thinking. Let's go back to marking our key words, okay? How many pounds are used to fill each birdseed? Draw a tape diagram. Alrighty, now let's start with the tape diagram, okay? Remember, the tape diagram are those boxes, the units, okay? And going back to my information over here, which number tells us the amount of units we have? Is it the first number or the second number? It's going to be the second number, okay? And remember, it's 4 identical, so they need to be the same. So let me go ahead and draw my tape diagram. And they need to be equal to each other. They need to be the same. And how many units should I have? 4. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now, this whole tape diagram should equal a whole number. It should equal 5. And what I mean by that is you're just simply going to write that these 4 units is equal to 5 whole parts. I know that sounds confusing, but we're going to work it out in just a minute, okay? Alright. Now, what we're going to do is we need to figure out how many pounds are used to fill each feeder. So each of these units represents a feeder, okay? And we need to figure out the pounds that go into each feeder. And the way we're going to do that is by dividing, okay? Follow along with me, okay? We have 4 units, okay? And it equals 5. Just like I said here, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and it equals 5. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and focus on 1 unit. Alright? 1 unit is we're going to use this model right here. 1 unit is equal to, let's put in a fraction. Okay? A fraction. Where on this part of your paper do you see a fraction? Over here. And where do you think this would pertain to this? Let's see. Do we have 4 parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And how much does this all equal? 5. All right. So the fraction we are dealing with is 5/4. So one unit has 5/4 in it. Okay? Now let's go ahead and solve this problem as a division problem, all right? The way we can do that is we're going to first create 5 marks, all right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to make a group of 4. So after I count 4, I'm going to group it. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to group that like that, okay? And we are almost ready for our answer, okay? So, how many wholes do I have? How many groups of 4 was I able to make? Just 1, okay? And how much was I left over with? Just 1. And remember, in fractions, the denominator stays the same. So what's my denominator going to be? 4. So, in each of the units, in each of these units is 1 1/4. Do you guys believe me? I don't know. Let's go ahead and see how this pans out, okay? If I were to write 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and 1 1/4, would all these 1 1/4 in fact equal 5? Let me show you, okay? So, each of these ones represents a whole number, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I already have 4. Let me mark it for you guys, okay? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4, okay? Now, pay attention to these 1/4, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but if I have let's say I have a circle, okay? If I break it up, this circle is equal to 1, okay? And each of the parts of this circle is equal to 1/4. Okay? So if I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4, that equals 1. And this is about to make sense in just 1 second. So I have my 4, and then I have a 1. Okay? 4 plus 1 is equal to, you guessed it, 5. So we are correct.